Many people believe that increasing their income is the key to solving their financial problems, especially when it comes to saving money. They assume that once they make more, saving will become easier. But in practice, the more money people earn, the more they tend to spend. This phenomenon is known as lifestyle inflation, where rising income leads to higher spending instead of higher savings. When someone gets a raise or starts earning more, their first instinct is often to upgrade their lifestyle. Maybe they move to a better neighborhood, buy a newer car, or start dining out at fancier restaurants. These changes feel like well-earned rewards, but they come at the cost of savings. Instead of setting aside the extra money, it gets consumed by new expenses. This behavior creates a dangerous pattern. As your income grows, your expenses grow with it, or even faster. So, no matter how much money you make, your bank account doesn't reflect it. You stay stuck in the same cycle, living paycheck to paycheck, feeling financially strained, and wondering why you're not making progress. It's important to understand that saving money is not a natural result of making more, it's a conscious decision. Without self-control and financial planning, higher income only fuels bigger spending. True wealth comes from managing what you already have, not just from earning more. Think about celebrities or athletes who went bankrupt despite making millions. Their downfall wasn't due to low income, it was excessive spending and poor money management. If you don't learn to control your spending habits while your income is modest, you'll just magnify the same mistakes when you earn more. Another aspect of this illusion is social comparison. As people earn more, they often start comparing themselves to others in higher income brackets. This creates pressure to keep up by spending more on vacations, homes, cars, clothes. It's a silent competition that empties your wallet and fills your life with stress. Lifestyle upgrades provide short-term pleasure, but long-term financial burden. That new car might feel great now, but the monthly payments add stress over time. Financial freedom requires the ability to delay gratification and resist the urge to upgrade every time your income goes up. To escape this trap, you must redefine what success means. If your definition of success is tied to appearances and material goods, saving will always feel like a sacrifice. But if you see success as peace of mind, security, and freedom, then saving becomes a form of empowerment. The first step is awareness, recognizing that more income doesn't guarantee more savings. Track your spending, examine your financial goals, and build habits that support saving regardless of your income level. By breaking the illusion that earning more is the solution, you free yourself to focus on what truly matters, managing your money wisely, and building a future where you're not just rich, but financially secure. Spending money isn't just a financial act, it's deeply emotional and psychological. Many of our purchases aren't based on logical needs, but on how we feel at the moment. We buy things to celebrate, to cope, to relieve boredom, or to feel in control. This emotional connection to spending can sabotage our financial health before we even realize what's happening. Modern advertising is designed to tap into your emotions. Companies don't just sell products, they sell feelings, happiness, confidence, love, success. Every time you see an ad, it's trying to trigger a desire by connecting a product to an emotional need. Over time, we're trained to believe that fulfillment comes from consumption. This conditioning creates a dangerous feedback loop. You feel stressed or unhappy, so you shop to feel better. It works briefly. Then guilt or financial worry sets in, leading to more stress and more spending. This spend to feel better cycle becomes addictive, trapping you in a loop that's hard to escape. Another trap is the need for instant gratification. We live in a world of one-click purchases and same-day delivery. Waiting feels outdated. But real financial success requires delayed gratification, the discipline to say no now for something greater later. Unfortunately, our brains are wired for the short term, and marketers know how to exploit that. Social media makes this even worse. Every time you scroll, you see people flaunting expensive vacations, luxury items, or designer clothes. Even if they're in debt, their posts make it seem like spending equals happiness. You feel left out, behind, or inadequate, and the urge to spend kicks in to catch up. Understanding the psychology behind your spending habits is the first step to change. Ask yourself, why am I buying this? Do I really need it? Am I trying to impress someone or feel better? These questions help interrupt the automatic behavior and bring awareness to your choices. Emotional spending isn't just a personal issue, it's a cultural one. We live in a society that promotes consumption as a lifestyle. Shopping is marketed as entertainment, therapy, even self-care. Breaking free from this mindset takes effort, intention, and sometimes going against the norm. Instead of spending for comfort, learn to create emotional safety in other ways, like talking to a friend, journaling, exercising, or meditating. These alternatives can satisfy your emotional needs without draining your bank account. Track your spending triggers. Is it stress, loneliness, peer pressure? Identifying your emotional spending patterns helps you break them. Once you recognize the triggers, you can create healthier coping strategies that don't involve opening your wallet. Ultimately, your relationship with money reflects your relationship with yourself. The more secure, confident, and mindful you are, the easier it becomes to save. Emotional mastery leads to financial mastery, and saving money becomes not a chore, but a form of self-respect. One major reason people can't save money is that they lack a structured financial system. Most people don't have a clear plan for how much they earn, how much they spend, and how much they want to save. Without a system, money flows in and out aimlessly, leaving you wondering where it all went. A functional financial system includes budgeting, tracking, goal setting, and automatic saving. Unfortunately, most people operate by memory or instinct, guessing at their expenses and relying on willpower. This approach is not sustainable and often leads to overspending and regret. Budgeting is not about restricting your life, it's about giving every dollar a job. A budget tells your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. It gives you control, clarity, and direction. And it's the foundation for consistent saving. Another broken part of the system is relying too heavily on credit. Credit cards can make you feel richer than you are, leading to spending beyond your means. If you're not careful, you start treating your credit limit as your real budget, which traps you in debt and kills your savings. People also fail to separate their short-term and long-term financial goals. Without this separation, all money gets lumped together, and saving becomes confusing. You need distinct categories: emergency fund, vacation, retirement, home, etc. Each goal should have its own strategy. Many households also lack automation in their finances. Without automation, saving becomes a choice you have to make every month, which means some months it doesn't happen. Automating savings removes decision fatigue and builds wealth in the background, silently and effectively. Disorganization is another silent savings killer. If your bills, subscriptions, and financial documents are all over the place, you're likely losing money to forgotten charges, late fees, and unused services. A cluttered financial life is a costly one. Another issue is not having clear financial boundaries. Many people support family or friends out of obligation, even if it hurts their own finances. While generosity is noble, consistent giving without a plan can sabotage your future and limit your ability to save. To fix a broken personal finance system, you must treat your money like a business would: track it, plan for it, and optimize it. You need systems in place, not just good intentions. Structure creates freedom. Without it, your finances will always be chaotic. Ultimately, most people don't fail at saving because they lack the will; they fail because they lack a system. Willpower fades, emotions shift, but systems endure. If you want to save more, build a better system. One of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to save money is having no clear goal. They simply say I need to save more, but they don't define how much, by when, or why. Without a specific target, saving becomes a vague idea easy to ignore or abandon. Specific goals provide motivation. For example, saving $10,000 for a house down payment in 2 years is clear and measurable. It gives you purpose and urgency. Vague goals like save for the future don't spark the same level of commitment or action. Another common issue is setting goals that are too far off or unrealistic. Telling yourself to save $1 million by next year might sound inspiring, but it can also feel overwhelming and lead to quitting altogether. A good goal stretches you, but doesn't break you. Many people also fail to connect their financial goals to their values. If your goal doesn't emotionally matter to you, you won't prioritize it. Saving for a vacation with your kids might be more motivating than saving just for the sake of saving. Meaning fuels discipline. Your goals should be broken into milestones. If your goal is to save $5,000 in 1 year, break it down into $417 per month, or roughly $14 per day. Smaller goals feel more achievable and help you track progress without feeling overwhelmed. Another issue is not reviewing or adjusting your goals. Life changes, income shifts, priorities evolve. If your goals don't grow with you, they become irrelevant and easy to ignore. Review your financial goals monthly to stay aligned with your reality. People often confuse hopes with goals. A hope is something you wish for. A goal is something you plan and work toward. Writing it down, creating a timeline, and tracking your steps turns a dream into a destination. When your goals are weak, your discipline will be weak. Clear, emotional, and time-bound goals act like a GPS. They guide your financial decisions and keep you on course. Without them, it's easy to drift back into mindless spending. To strengthen your goals, ask yourself, what do I really want my money to do for me? How will it improve my life or the lives of others I care about? The more emotionally connected you are to your goals, the more likely you are to achieve them. In the end, clarity creates power. If you want to save more money, define what you're saving for. Make it real, make it personal, and make it powerful enough to say no to things that don't matter. Your environment has more power over your financial behavior than you think. The people you spend time with, the messages you see on social media, and even the culture of your workplace all influence how you spend and save money. If your closest friends are always spending money on restaurants, vacations, and luxury items, you'll feel pressure to do the same consciously or not. Humans are wired for imitation, and we often copy the financial habits of our social group without question. Social media amplifies this pressure. You see curated lives, luxury vacations, shopping sprees, and success stories. It creates a false sense of what's normal. You might feel like you're falling behind just because you're not constantly spending. The comparison trap is deadly for savings. When you measure your life against filtered versions of others' lives, you end up spending money to match their image, not to meet your own needs. This leads to financial stress and empty goals. Even your workplace culture can affect your saving habits. If everyone at work talks about new gadgets, expensive brunches, or high-end fashion, you might feel pressure to keep up appearances. This can lead to unnecessary spending just to fit in. Family expectations also play a role. In some cultures, you're expected to provide financial help to relatives, attend costly events, or spend on traditions. While generosity matters, it can clash with your personal savings goals if left unchecked. The advertisements you're exposed to daily are also part of your environment. Every day, brands compete for your attention, using psychology to convince you that spending equals happiness or status. If you're not aware, you'll spend just to feel enough. The good news is, you can shape your environment. Choose to follow people online who talk about financial literacy and intentional living. Spend more time with friends who value simplicity, savings, and long-term goals. Your circle matters. Set boundaries with people who constantly pressure you to spend. You don't have to say yes to every dinner, trip, or shopping spree. Learning to say no kindly but firmly is a powerful financial skill that protects your peace and your pocket. Ultimately, if you want to save money, design your environment to support your goals. Your surroundings should make saving easier, not harder. A supportive environment doesn't just help your money grow, it helps you grow too. Most people never receive proper financial education. Schools rarely teach how to budget, manage debt, invest, or plan for retirement. Without this foundation, many adults are left guessing how money works or learning the hard way through costly mistakes. Without basic financial knowledge, saving money feels confusing and overwhelming. People don't know where to start, how much to save, or what tools to use. This confusion often leads to inaction, so people delay or avoid saving altogether. Many people believe saving is only for the wealthy. They think I need to make more money before I can save, but this mindset ignores the power of starting small. Saving $5 a week is better than saving nothing. It builds habits and momentum. Another common myth is that budgeting is restrictive or boring. But budgeting is simply telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. Without a plan, your income disappears faster than you realize. Lack of knowledge also leads to poor decisions like taking high-interest loans, falling for get-rich-quick scams, or avoiding investing out of fear. These choices can trap people in a cycle of financial struggle that makes saving feel impossible. Basic financial literacy includes knowing the difference between assets and liabilities, understanding compound interest, and learning how credit works. These concepts are simple but powerful. They shape how you handle money for life. Thanks to the internet, financial education is more accessible than ever. There are free courses, YouTube channels, podcasts, and books that teach money management. The challenge isn't access, it's commitment to learning and applying. You don't need to be a finance expert. You just need to understand the basics and apply them consistently. Things like tracking expenses, building an emergency fund, and avoiding lifestyle inflation go a long way toward financial freedom. If you were never taught about money, it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility now. You can start where you are, with what you have. Financial education is a lifelong journey, and the sooner you begin, the more powerful you become. Knowledge is the first step toward control. When you understand how money works, you stop fearing it and start mastering it. Saving becomes less about willpower and more about strategy, and strategy is something anyone can learn. It's not always the big expenses that destroy your savings, it's the small, unnoticed ones. A daily $5 coffee, weekly fast food, or unused subscriptions might seem harmless, but they silently drain your money month after month. These are called money leaks, small expenses that slowly bleed your budget dry. Like a tiny hole in a boat, they don't seem urgent at first, but left unchecked, they'll sink your financial ship. Impulse purchases are another silent threat. Grabbing something just because it's on sale adds up. Many people spend hundreds each year on items they don't need, items that steal money from their savings goals. Apps and subscriptions are especially sneaky. You sign up for a free trial and forget to cancel. Or you're subscribed to 3 streaming services, but use only one. These costs often go unnoticed but add up fast. Fees are another hidden enemy. ATM fees, late payments, overdraft charges, or unused gym memberships quietly pull money out of your pocket without providing real value. The problem with small expenses is that they feel insignificant in the moment. It's only $10 becomes a daily excuse. But over 30 days, that's $300 lost money that could have gone toward your savings or investments. Tracking your spending is the solution. You can't fix what you don't measure. Use an app or a simple notebook to log every dollar you spend. Awareness is the first step to plugging your leaks. Once you identify your leaks, you can plug them and redirect that money toward meaningful goals. That $100 you saved from canceling unused subscriptions, it could go to your emergency fund or debt payoff. The key is mindfulness. Don't spend on autopilot. Pause and ask, is this purchase aligned with my financial goals? This one question alone can save you thousands over time. Saving money isn't just about cutting back, it's about cutting smart. When you plug the leaks and spend intentionally, you keep more of your income and get closer to the financial life you truly want. If this video helped you understand why you can't save money and, more importantly, how to change that, make sure to hit the like button. Your support helps us keep making helpful content just for you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for weekly insights on money, financial freedom, and smarter habits. New videos every week, and you don't want to miss them. And now it's your turn. Drop a comment below. What's your biggest challenge when it comes to saving money? Let's learn from each other and grow together. Thanks for watching and being part of this community. Until next time, stay focused, stay smart, and remember, your future wealth depends on today's habits.